Hey everyone, Tanya here from Wow Finds. Today we are chatting with Tim Hill from iLola. Tim, welcome, and maybe just kind of introduce yourselves and maybe start with what inspired you to kind of start iLola.
Sure, yeah, thanks, Tonya. So well, let me start off. Yes, I am Tim, but I am one of a larger family as such. My wife is actually the inventor of this tea dish that you will see in the picture behind me. And so the what's great about this, um, we had a tea store, and we had customers coming in, and we were selling loose leaf tea. At that time, we had one of the largest ranges of organic tea in North America. We were hand blending our own teas. People weren't into organic tea at that time, didn't realize all the chemicals and issues and things like that. And so we were talking with our customers and saying, let's get into this loose leaf tea. And they were just holding back. And they said, listen, I really like the idea of loose leaf tea, but I just find it really cumbersome.
Mhm.
Like, how much is the right amount?
Yep.
If I'm using black tea and it says 1 spoon, and then I go to chamomile tea and it says 1 spoon, and I go to white tea or to green tea and it's like 1.5 spoon, and which spoon?
Right.
And the whole
Yep.
thing was like, it's a little bit confusing for some of our customers, and they were like, and I know that tea bags are not great for me. So at the time, they understood about the bleach tea bags
Mhm.
and some of the other, and usually that the tea was not as good quality. And things have changed. Like, we got some better quality in some of our tea bags, but now also we know from the study that had been done by McGill in 2019 that there's
Mhm.
microplastics in tea bags. So you got microplastic tea bags, bleach, but you take one and you just drop it in your cup, add hot water, and you've got tea,
Mhm.
versus loose leaf tea, where it's like, how much do I add? And so we just pulled that together. And so we took
Right.
the quality of the loose leaf tea, the convenience of the tea bag. We've added probiotics in the middle. That's what holds that loose leaf tea together, is those probiotics. And then you just drop one tea disc into your cup or two
Mm.
into your teapot, and now you get to enjoy that loose leaf tea experience.
Yeah, no, it's super interesting because it's to your point of earlier, it's not just loose leaf tea experience. You've got the probiotics, and we're beginning as a kind of a society to understand a little bit more about the importance of that and being able to help that bring the convenience of the tea bag, which so many people enjoy, is I think really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's that I don't think we can negate just how important probiotics is for your
No,
digestion, and
yeah,
how bad plastics are as well. So it's like,
right.
we can solve two issues in one, then I think that's
Yeah,
onto the right thing.
definitely, definitely. When did you guys start with iLola? What was the time frame for it?
Yeah, so really the idea had been spinning for a little while,
Mhm.
but COVID made the leap. It was a forced opportunity. We had other businesses where we just started moving into restaurants.
Mhm.
We had a big contract that we signed with this North American retail space, and we were going to bring it into all of their restaurants. And 2 weeks after our final meeting, everything got shut down. And so basically, we just saw contracts just disappearing left, right,
Yeah,
and center, because
yeah,
the businesses were closing down as well.
yeah,
And so we took this opportunity to kind of bring this T disc into play.
right.
And so it was many years of research and development, many years of trying out different things, how we're going to make this work.
Yeah.
The idea was great, but this is all pre-measured as well. So
Mhm.
how do you make a pre-measured disc of loose leaf tea
Yeah,
that's never been done before? And
yeah,
so it took several years to get that done. And then, of course, branding. And it was important for us that the experience isn't just in your cup, it's also in the
absolutely.
packaging that you get straight away. So we
Which
spent a lot of
is
time on that.
stunning.
Thank you.
It is how we came to meet each other. We were at the CHFA Now show, and you were just sitting in your booth, and this packaging, and we get so much feedback from people about the packaging just being, yeah, the start of the experience, but yet not
That's
the end, which
yes.
I think is the key thing. That was the key thing for me, was it wasn't the end. It's beautiful, but as you unravel all of it, that there's a continuity there.
Yeah.
which I think is hugely important and is really thought out as
Thank
well.
you.
I feel,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't it wasn't accidental. I can tell it was very purposeful in how it's all kind of come together for sure.
Yeah. We wanted to make sure, like from touch, feel,
Yeah.
smell, taste,
Yes.
that you
Yes.
kind of start to get everything together.
Absolutely.
Makes you kind of really appreciate what the time
Yeah.
that we spent kind of pulling this together, right? And making this happen.
Entirely. Entirely. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is not lost on me. And from the feedback that I've gotten, it's not lost on the people that we've interacted with as well, which
Yeah.
is kind of interesting. Along the way, obviously, there's been challenges. What kind of challenges did you face? Obviously, being able to figure the process out, but I mean, during COVID, everyone pivots and supply chains change. And
Yes. Do you know what? I don't think that that was our hardest time.
okay,
I think
okay,
there's an element of honeymoon period in that because, you're running through this, you're inventing something.
yep,
It's very exciting, right?
yep,
Uh, the biggest challenge I think for us was packaging, was
okay,
once now you're shipping this product out, and
right.
sustainability is really important to us. We
Hmm.
feel as a company, it's our responsibility. It shouldn't be the
Right,
responsibility of the consumer. We need to come up
right,
with ways that is environmentally friendly.
right.
And so trying to find packaging that would fall in that line that was
Hmm.
still luxury and a great experience, but then also would protect the discs in their
Yep,
journey
yep,
was
definitely.
very difficult.
Interesting.
And so we had to work on, our recipes of the core product.
Mhm.
We had to work on our packaging. We're still working on it. We're improving as often and as much as we can.
Yeah,
And I think it's one of those things that you didn't quite realize just how important it was. Like you could add
right.
bubble wrap.
Totally.
You don't want bubbles. You could add stuffing, but
Like a
is your
popcorn.
customer, is that an experience? Like, are you happy when
Yeah.
you, "Oh, great, I got all this shredded paper here. What do I do with
And
it?"
it's all over my floor
And it's
now.
everywhere. I
I
know,
just
exactly.
want tea.
I know. So you're really having to rethink
Right.
everything. Like it's not
Right.
just rethinking how we do
No.
tea, it's rethinking how
Yeah.
does this thing ship from where we are to the customer. So that
Right.
when it arrives on that doorstep, you still get that same experience as if you opened it at our place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's that is not the answer I expected, which is really cool because it is starting your own business and being an entrepreneur and doing all these things. It's the stuff that you kind of overlook that actually can become the biggest challenge that you face,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. We talked earlier about like the challenge of being able to convey what something smells like or what it tastes like online. And how do you put that into words that
Yeah.
mean to me that mean the same thing to everyone, because everyone uses words differently and some people don't understand that the bouquet of whatever flavor, I
Yeah.
don't know what that means to me or to someone else. So
Yeah.
it's those unique small things that actually become the challenge.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
that may be our challenge around the corner is we try to figure that out.
For sure, for sure. In terms of customers, like who do you see as your ideal or most engaged customers?
Yeah, ironically, there is an age range that is
Mhm.
coming up that currently are kind of like 24 and younger that are major tea drinkers. And so we're starting to see that rise. There's
Mhm.
just awareness that they've grown up with from I guess from parents and grandparents being more educated in the products that we consumed, more
Yep.
educated in what we are putting into our bodies now.
Yep. Yep.
Um, a general kind of moving away from caffeine and alcohol and other things like that.
Mhm.
And so we're
Yep.
starting to see a rise on that. But where that gets confusing is it's often their parents that are buying the product for them.
Yep.
So for us, we're like, oh, our core demographic is this, and we're like, oh no, wait, you're buying it for yourself and for your child or
Right.
and for your grandchild, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, really, for us, our consumer is someone that is looking to move away from tea bags, someone that
Mhm.
is looking to have a great tea experience, is looking for something healthier, So
Right.
adding that probiotics into that, adding that convenience, maybe they don't have the time because they're busy, because they're working, maybe they want to just enjoy it and not have to think about, okay, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Just drop it in, right?
Right.
So, I mean, as we start to develop exactly who those specific demographics are of our customers, really for us, we just want to help people get away from tea bags and into loose leaf tea through the tea disc, really.
And make it a simple choice as opposed to
Essentially.
this complex nature of
Exactly.
how I do it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I know the feedback that we've got from our customers has been great in terms of flavor, taste. We're often sampling it when we're at different events. What other feedback have you gotten from different customers that you've engaged with over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I think a, a lot of the feedback which is pleasant, has been that they're really enjoying the tea.
Mhm.
So straight away they try that and they're like, okay, this is a great tasting tea,
Yeah.
which is the fundamentals of it. If we produce something that doesn't taste great, we've
Yes.
already lost straight
Yes.
away.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I
Yes.
mean that feedback we get
Always.
commonly, yeah, which is
Always.
uh,
Everyone. Yeah.
yeah, which
And no matter which of the 29 flavors we brew and bring, everyone's like, oh, this is fantastic. Or like, it's been really curious for me because we've brewed some of the ones that I'm like, I actually don't know what that would taste like. And we love it. And everyone's like, this is great, like
yeah.
really great, which I love to
And
see.
it,
Yeah,
and I think that's nice because we do have quite a wide variety. I mean, like we've got your
very much.
traditional English breakfast or royal cream of Earl Grey, and then we've got like cherry Coke, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
like
That goes
so
very well.
I'll give you a little snippet on the cherry
Mm,
Coke. If you ever want to make a great iced tea, you can
mm,
use that with a little bit of apple juice. Your kids will go crazy for it. So
interesting.
yeah, something to kind of try out
As we
later.
move into spring and summer,
That's
definitely we're gonna have
exactly.
to find some unique
Yeah.
recipes for sure. For
It's a
sure.
great little cocktail for well,
That's so funny. Yeah. We'll give
mm,
them like a little cocktail drink and they'll think
yeah,
it's super fun. That'll be
exactly.
that'll be fun.
Um,
I'm excited for that now.
yeah. So I think like the feedback that we're getting has been great. I mean, I think once the reports that we used to get where maybe they were slightly unfavorable, it all revolved around packaging. All of it revolved
Interesting.
around
Okay.
packaging.
Right.
And it wasn't like, oh, the feel, the touch, the look wasn't what I was expected. It was just because it wasn't holding up. And once we solved that,
Right.
all those negative reviews, and
Right.
negative, I mean like just slightly
Right.
unhappy about it,
Yeah.
disappeared. So
Amazing.
it's great that we've kind of sorted that out, and also great that you can go, okay, product's not bad, everything else is good. We're moving
Yeah.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
Let's yeah, yeah,
I think even to your credit, listening to people and knowing that it tasted good when they opened it, but it didn't stand up, and that you've actually gone back to improve the product and the process to make sure that it's not at the moment you open the bag, but it's a continuous once you've consumed the entire product which you've purchased. I think that actually speaks to the kind of your your credit in terms of, you respect your customer enough to want them to enjoy it for the whole time they have those 12 to 14 discs if they buy the sleeve kind of idea.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I mean, at the instance, that's what we're trying to do, is to sell a product that a consumer loves experiencing and
Yeah.
enjoys,
Yeah.
and hopefully can share with a friend. That's what tea always used to be. It used to be
To
something you
bring people
enjoyed with a
together.
friend, and you'd
Yeah.
sit down and you'd
Yeah.
talk and open up your community. And
Yeah.
I think that's what we kind of hope to be part of in other people's lives, and that it's a
That's
beautiful
really cool.
share,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And that tea experience, it can be a solitude one for relaxing and kind of looking within, but it is also very much a social
Yeah,
um environment, and it can be and should hopefully get back to that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think like if I just draw
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
humidor, which I know you used
Love.
before, Tonya, and
Love.
so the reason that I really wanted to bring this in
Mhm.
was just on that sustainability piece. So just in
Mm.
terms of like, you're getting your tea and it's in
Yeah.
this sleeve. Sorry, I'm just my
That's
back
okay.
there hiding it. It's yeah, there we are. So it comes in that sleeve, and
Yeah.
so then what do you do with it? Well, keeping it in here just means that your tea stays fresh, and
Yeah.
then it adds flavor to it. So it's blocks out light, blocks out air, adds flavor. So now when you open that up, you know, that first smell is amazing. And I know
Oh, it's amazing.
we had that experience at CHFA, what
Yeah.
kind of like opening
Yes.
it up, and Chris was like,
Yes.
wow, this stuff is great. I love this humidor. What is this, right?
So Chris explains the humidor as the one tea accessory you didn't know you needed until you realized it. And then I add in, but now he has five.
That's right, exactly.
Because it does, like, it just protects the tea and allows that experience to be drawn out and
Yeah,
even enhanced, to your point of adding the essence into the humidor and adding in additional flavor, and just
yeah,
opening that is like, yeah.
yeah. And then you don't have to deal with that, oh, my tea's gone dry and stale and
Mhm.
can't use
Yeah.
it, or it doesn't
Yeah.
taste nice. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's whatever we can do to kind of help
Yeah.
on that. And I
Yeah.
think sorry, on the
Mhm.
environmental side,
Yeah, please.
those probiotics, and
Mm.
something that excites me on it, because not everybody realizes this. So what do you do with your tea when you finished with it?
Mm.
Right? So say it's
Yep.
a tea bag, you probably put it in the garbage,
Mm.
maybe even like loose leaf tea, maybe you would throw that in, or maybe you'll put it into your compost. And
Mhm.
what's great with the tea disc is that probiotics and that bacteria you can throw back into your soil. So if you've got a
Right.
garden, house
Right.
plant, throw it back in there. It starts to add more bacteria into that soil, which helps your plants
Right.
grow.
Right. And break down the
And
nutrients that they need. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So
Same.
it's
Yeah.
like you're continuing to get
Mm.
that circle of nutrients, kind of
Yeah.
taking it from the earth, consuming it, and then planting it
Yeah.
back in as well, which
That makes
is
sense. And
something
even
I
if
get.
you had like leftover tea that was cold, for example, you could water your plants with that. I would expect it would be
Absolutely.
the same
Yeah.
as the not that we would brew tea to water our plants, but if you have leftover rather than going down the drain,
Yeah. Yeah.
help your plants, I'm sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
Absolutely.
interesting.
Mm.
I can imagine one of the most exciting times of your 2023 was being on Dragon's Den.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps, I mean,
Yes.
maybe. Help walk me through kind of the journey up towards that, and then also how things have gone since then.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon's Den was a fabulous experience for us.
Yeah,
I think like you watch the show, you're never too sure what it's going to be like.
absolutely.
And you come with preconceived ideas, no matter who you
Mhm.
are, no matter
Yeah,
what you think, you come with
yeah,
preconceived ideas. And you get onto that show, and there's so much going on. But you
yeah.
there and you go and meet these dragons, you're like, you guys are nice people.
Right.
Like I like you, right?
They're genuine people. I
They're
mean,
genuine
yeah.
people, and they're lovely people.
Amazing.
And it was such a great experience meeting them. They have such great knowledge.
Mhm.
And it was fantastic on that front. And yeah, since having gone on the show, we certainly got more awareness within Canada.
Yeah.
We had people started to realize that we are here and there is a
Mhm.
brand, and
Yeah.
kind of starting to learn a little bit more about who we are. And so
Nice.
we're just starting to kind of grow on that side,
Cool.
which is great and
Yeah.
really good experience. Really good
Good.
experience.
Good, good, good. That's good to hear. Yeah. Because to your point, I mean, we see what's edited and put up on TV, but I mean, we know that there's hours and hours and hours of time spent behind the scenes, kind of getting ready for it. I mean, to pitch to the Dragons just must have been like such a preparatory part for you and Sumari to go through. And then yeah, we see the 10 minutes of it that they choose for us to see.
I
So it's kind of
know.
interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
for us, it's interesting as well because like you've been in there for an hour and a half and you've gone through all
Yeah.
this period and you're like, oh, you missed this and oh, you missed that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a great show, isn't it? And
Cool.
great
Yeah.
opportunities to kind of
I
show
loved seeing it. I loved watching you
what's
guys. It was
happening
so
here,
fun.
right? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I loved it. Awesome. Awesome. Any plans that are in the works that you're open to kind of sharing with us right now?
Yeah, there's a couple things that I can share.
Mhm.
There's a bunch
I'm
more I
sure there's
can't.
tons that you can't. No,
I
for sure,
know.
for sure, for sure.
There's a couple of things I can share. And so some of the feedback that we had from our customers was just wanting to have some more kind of single wrapped teas.
Mhm.
And so
Okay.
we working with a supplier to come up with biodegradable packaging so that we can have some single wrap teas. So within our sleeves, if you don't want to buy the humidor, you're just getting into this experience, then you can have it with a single opening. That's one of the things that we're coming out with. So that should be out later in the year. The other thing is we're actually creating some design for our humidor, which allows you to sit it onto your kitchen counter.
Chris
So
would like that.
now I know. So we're working with some local designers here,
Yeah.
Canadian designers working with some. One of them we're working on right now with some reclaimed wood from here in
Oh,
Canada as
fun.
well. And so it's something that you can have. So you can have your humidor sit on your counter, ready to kind of be used
Nice.
or to
Yeah.
show off to your friend that's just popped over quickly.
Yeah.
So what is
I
that?
know Chris had one question, which is really interesting since he has 5.
Yes.
What are your suggestions on making sure you know which tea is in which one? Like how do you
Yes.
label them? What are your thoughts on that? He's like, I could put a piece of tape, but that doesn't
You
quite
lose
meet the
you
packaging
lose a
needs
little
of
bit on it. Yeah. So we do try and add a little extra tag with the
Mm.
essences.
Yes, you're
So
right. Yeah.
then yeah, so then you can just peel off that tag and put it on the front
Nice.
for the
Yeah,
time being. We
that
are
makes sense.
working on how we can do that best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because yeah,
No,
once you do
it's
start
a
getting
challenge. It's kind of an interest. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
cool.
because I mean it's like you can't engrave it in there because then you
Yeah.
can actually change it out and use different teas later if you want
And I
to.
think that's the awesome part of it is it's not just for one flavor. It's you swap it in and out, whatever your flavor is of the month or year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's cool.
every step is another headache or another problem to solve, but that's the excitement of doing business, right?
Totally. Totally.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else you wanted to chat about today while we've got you?
I don't think so. No, I think this is great. Yeah, if you've got any questions or kind of want to know more about it, then reach out to us as well. And Tanya,
Perfect.
I know you're a wealth of information. So
Awesome.
yes,
Excellent. Tim, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And we love your products and your packaging and the
thank you.
experience, more the experience. The experience. We can wrap that all up in the experience of the tea.
Fabulous.
Thank you.